How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good practice. Got some good work in today and feeling good and getting healthy and ready to get going here.
Questions? Mark Stoops?
I'm out too.
We're all out.
What do you want to know?
See you next time.
We got that. See you next week. See you after the game. No, it was just a good work today. We just lightened up a little bit and went in just uppers and had about an hour and a half workout and again just worked a lot of situations and just getting ready to go.
Mark, during the summer, some players were talking about wearing suits on game day. Have you worked through the details of that?
Yes, we are. We're wearing a sport coat and khaki pants and a button-down shirt. So tie is optional, but it's a nice, clean-looking shirt, button-down, and all that. So we should look good.
Is that it? Pretty easy day.
Boy, you guys all came out for that.
How do you think the receivers are looking going into the game?
I think we'll be in good shape. You know, I hope we're you know, for the most part, 100% healthy there. Guys have worked really hard, and you know, we'll see. The big, you know, like we've talked about, they're unproven. You know, and it'll be the first one, right? The first touchdown. If we get a touchdown catch, right? That'll be the first one of anybody we have on the team. So that'll be a new experience for us. So we better know to turn the ball and give it to the official there.
No touchdown.
Hopefully we get in the end zone. Huh?
No, you won't allow a touchdown dance from that first one?
No.
So.
You can't say act like you've done it.
Yeah, that's right. We cannot do that. But we have a lot of confidence in those guys. We really do. They're just unproven, but they've practiced really hard, and we anticipate those guys playing real well.
Have you had the conversation with the quarterbacks yet?
We are working on that. You got a good question. We're going to talk with those guys tonight.
Mark, what do you learn from this game week? I mean, this first week as a head coach.
You know, again, I've answered that. The big thing for me is just really thinking through all the details. You know, from the simple things to the big things. And I feel like the coaches have done a great job preparing our team. I feel like the players have worked really hard, and I got a lot of help around me, a lot of good people to help work out all the simple things, all the little details. So that's it. That's the only thing that's really different is just looking at the big picture and making sure we got everything covered.
You guys have talked all along about how Raymond, might be your best player. Certainly, you're the guy you can count on. You held him back some in some of these scrimmages. How much has that allowed Jonathan George to instill some confidence in you guys? And do you now feel like you have a 1-2 punch?
Yeah, I really do. I feel good about Jonathan. I think he's done some really good things. He's been very dedicated. He's played very physical, and he's done a really nice job. So we feel good with both of those guys.
So with Jonathan, he's always everybody sort of doesn't think about him or doesn't talk about him a lot, and then game time comes and makes a big play or just does something.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you take him for a little bit for granted. He's just a guy that's, like I said, he's a joy to coach and be around. He's always working hard and playing physical, which I like.
I'm sure you guys going to have to lean on those running backs, especially as you're getting those new wide receivers in their spots.
Well, it's just what we believe in. You know, even if you look at Neil's offenses at Texas Tech and in the past at Troy or whatever, he's he's more balanced than people think. We have to run the ball, and that's a big emphasis for me. You know, being a defensive guy, even through all of our practices, we're gonna run the ball and learn how to play defense that way. Otherwise, it just hurts you in the long run defensively. And with that, and with the practice of all that, I've been impressed. Like I said, I feel like that we do have some physicality to us.
Mark, at the beginning of
receivers, anytime you recruit guys, you expect them to be able to help you. How, maybe a pleasant surprise is it that all four of them have been kind of as good as you?
You're right, and I think that's a good point. I think all of them are very good players and are going to help us. And really, I've said it before, but I think the whole freshman class I've been very pleased with. And the junior college transfers, that I feel like they're all going to be players. I'm not going to put a timeline on all of them, but I like that class. And it is nice to hit all four wide receivers because we needed to.
You said at the beginning of the spring practice, you alluded to the fact that the tight end position was your deepest position. Has that changed, or has it been in additions to that?
Those guys have been a little bit tweaked here and there, a few little nagging injuries and here and there, but in general, no, we feel good about those guys.
Is there another position that maybe has stepped up to maybe be as deep as that?
I think those guys are, they're deep. I mean, we're not real deep in general.
Yeah, right.
So it's hard for us to put together a 2 deep across the board, really. And so we do feel like there's 3, 4, 5 guys there that can play. With AK coming in this year and giving us a little spark, he's done a nice job as well.
You talked about cutting down on those drop balls, just looking over your shoulder. There's a lot fewer tennis balls that are making their way past these guys. Is that part of just that cleaning process that you've really made an emphasis, hey, we've got to clean this up?
For sure. And I think if you look at the coach's history, generally speaking, they have some guys that can catch the ball. A lot of that has to do with the style and what we do, and a lot of it has to do with the coaching. It's been well documented. I firmly believe in what those guys do and what Neil does, but Coach Maynard does a great job with these guys. He told me the other day, between right now and game time, I don't know what it is, but they're going to catch thousands of these things without a lot of running, but now just working on the hands.
Are your center position still uncertain, or do you know who's going to start?
We'll be okay there. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. We're getting healthy there, too. So we should be 2 deep there.
Coach, does the depth chart really mean anything to you all, or is it kind of just a spot for players to win?
Well, the depth chart, certain positions, we're not across the board. Whether it's, if it's O-line, it's not like we've got 10 guys that we believe we could go in and win big games with. But we try to put together 6, 7, 8, and just hopefully you don't have a whole rash of injuries. We have some flexibility there. Same thing in the secondary. It's always the next best guy. If you're the number 2 field corner and the number 2 boundary corner is better, the best guy is going in. And so we have flexibility on both sides of the ball with that. And we're just trying to get the best players on the field.
Everybody good?
Thanks, Mark.